Hello and welcome to Home Cooking Spain. Today I shall be cooking a seafood and potato stew. So let's do it. Okay, so let's start off by chopping the garlic up. Today's not a bad day here. It's about 10 past 12 and there's like 22 degrees with a maximum of 34 today, so that is well appreciated. Though after tomorrow we're getting another heat wave that will last about a week and will be in the 40s, so I don't look forward to that at all. Okay, so the garlic is chopped up. I use 3 cloves. Obviously you can use more or less, whatever you want. And I'm going to use about a quarter to a third of this onion, which I'm also going to chop up. The seafood that I'm using is a packet of frozen seafood, and it's just under 1 kilo, which for 2 people is enough. It may seem a lot, but seafood with all the shells and stuff, you probably get about 300 grams of meat and 700 grams of shells. Okay, that's that, and I'm going to cut some pepper up. Look, a red and green pepper all in one. You can use a red pepper or a green pepper. I think red is nicer. And how should we chop this up? Like this. I'm not going to chop it into really small bits. I'm going to try it like this today. That way I can actually have a mouthful of peppers instead of them just dissolving away. Okay, so that is done to fry up. Now I'm going to peel first these huge potatoes. I bought these yesterday and they've gone back down to €4.50 a sack of 10 kilos, which I'm happy about because they've been up to €6 a sack, so I'm glad they've come down to that price. So today the potatoes, I'm not going to cut them up into small cubes. I'm going to cut them into big pieces because I want them to really soak up the juice from the sauce I'll be making. So there you go, like that, nice and big. And my next step will be to turn this stove on right up high, and I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of olive oil, which should just about be... I got a new bottle yesterday, €6. Incredible. I paid 5 the last time I bought this bottle. Well, that wasn't enough, so I just opened a new bottle up. And we'll wait for that to heat up. Cool, you missed that one. I just had a little explosion there. I must have had a drop of water in the pot. Luckily, it didn't splash me. Right, I'm going to turn it down to number 7, and I'm going to quickly add the vegetables. I was going to buy a 5-litre bottle of olive oil like I did with the sunflower oil a couple of weeks ago, but bloody hell, it's hard to fork out 30-35 euros, you know, just like that. I'll wait for it to go down a bit and then I'll buy 2. So we'll brown this off gently. Hope it doesn't explode in my face like it just did a minute ago. That scared life out of me. Okay, so once this looks sort of browned off, what I'll do, get in there, is crumble in the stock cube. This is a vegetable one, by the way. I've run out of fish and I must go shopping. I'm going shopping to Lidl this week, which I haven't been for ages, and I really look forward to it because they have really nice meat that I like to buy there. And they also have these fish stock cubes that I use, which I don't seem to be able to find around here. I'm also going to add the sweet paprika, which I need to buy as well. So 1 teaspoon also. I'm going to add some yellow food colorant. This stains like mad, which is optional, but it does give it a nice colour. I'm going to add some salt. About 3 tablespoons of fried tomato. I'm just going to add like half a glass of water, more or less, and just leave it there to dissolve for a couple of minutes so the stock cube dissolves on that. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes. You can also add a bit of white wine to this if you like. I'm not adding it today because I've drank it all. I've only got red. So after a couple of minutes, I'm going to chuck in the potatoes. Whey! Let's move them about so that they're nice and even on there. Got a beautiful colour, isn't it? And I'm going to add water. Which is about, in total, about 60-70 cl. So it's the equivalent just under a bottle of wine, which is usually 70 cl. And I'll give them a stir about there, and I will cover it up leaving a gap as usual, and I'm going to leave it there for, I reckon, 20 minutes, just until the potatoes are al dente and the sauce has thickened up a bit. So I'll be back. And while I wait for this, I'll just give this a little clean up. I'll pour myself a glass of wine and I'll set up the table for my darling wife and myself. Okay, so they've been on here on number 7 for 10 minutes, and we'll just have a check on them. I can see the potatoes are still hard. Yes. So what I will do is cover it back up and leave it there for another 10 minutes and see what happens. And cheers, by the way. Thank you to all my loyal subscribers. Okay, so a further 10 minutes have gone by and this is looking incredible. Let's check the potatoes. Yes, they are al dente. And let's also have a salt check. Perfect. So what we'll do now is add the mixed seafood. And obviously that will stop it, will cool it right down. So what I'll do, just flatten it about. I'm not going to shake it or nothing. I'm going to put the lid back on and just bring it to the boil. Okay, so after approximately a couple of minutes, it's starting to boil again. So I'll give it a nice mix about. And I'll cover it back up again and leave it there for 10 minutes on number 7. I've been cooking on number 7 all the way through, by the way. Okay then, so this has finished cooking. It's been a total of 10, 20, 30 minutes here. So what I'll do now is turn the heat off, fully cover it up, and move it, stop wobbling, out of the hot heat, and I'm going to leave it there for 10 minutes before serving it up. Okay then, so let's serve this up. Well, I hope that you enjoyed today's recipe. If you did, then please give me a like and comment. I look forward to reading your comments and replying to them. Please subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and I'll see you with my next recipe very soon. Thank you again and goodbye.